just happened there? Sorry about that. I'm not quite sure what just happened. For some reason, it just kind of cut out and left it at that. It's a little bit of an odd duck situation. Anyway, so hopefully it's all well and back now. Yeah, I'm seeing it back, so hopefully that didn't end up, cutting out anything. So, moving right along here. This guy's all like, "Oh man, you dudes, you better do your thing!" And then we found out that Sage guy hits like a friggin' train on top of a jet engine on top of a friggin' freight liner falling out of the sky. So yeah, definitely need to get one of those at some point. Guy seems to hit real hard like. Would be all nifty and everything, and I keep holding down my triggers here, hoping that it'll make the game fast forward. It does not. Okay, so you're all ninja and you're the one that goes and hits things real hard. Okay. So, throwing abilities, doesn't matter. These abilities, you know what? I think I got a better idea this time. I'm just going to have him hide behind this bookshelf. He's going to accumulate like a crazy person, and continue doing so, just letting them charge forward, basically. Just continue doing so for a good long while there. Ooh, she's got CT save. Andy! So yeah, gonna continue doing that, and we'll see how that works out. What do each of these do? Okay, so we got Invisible Blade Slashes. I can't see how much that does, though. We got Kotitsu. Let's see, we got... This is a Magic Wave. Okay, so this one's physical, I assume, right? No, they're both magical. Okay, fits them both. This is the one that gets rid of MP. Heaven's Cloud. Blows out and attacks. Okay, adds slow. Well, that sounds like it could be useful, so let's go ahead and try that out. Make that all this... Oh, crap, that hits my dudes too. Okay, good to know. Science has been achieved. Definitely need to never use that again. Yeah, so accidentally slowed Ramza. Fantastic. Fantastic way to start this. Like I said, definitely gonna win this entirely with no questions whatsoever. So no need to worry. Yeah, absolute competence all day, every day. No complete and utter fail train here whatsoever. That coffee, I can smell it, and it smells delicious. Okay, better not speed ruin. Although, to be fair, we've already been slowing ourselves, so, take some, leave some, etc. Yeah, Sage Guy hasn't even gotten involved and we're already dying, so that's a good sign. Yeah, 277. Good lord, man. Oh, on top of that, apparently that flare move that he does, apparently that was supposed to be reflected. The last time what I had done is essentially I threw out a reflect right before it was supposed to hit, and it basically hit anyway. So as I understand, that's not supposed to actually happen that way, or at least seems like it shouldn't. So, alright. Okay, remove slow on you. Yep. And let's go ahead and just have you wait, I think, so that your next turn comes a little bit faster. Now, summoning type stuff, is there anything that'll land before his Dark Holy? No, it does not. Okay, we got Smite. That'll do something. If we move her here... Actually, no, let's see what the hit area is on that move. So, Dark Holy is... That's single target, I assume. Yeah, it's just her. So if we go ahead and move up here, she's toast. One way or another, she is toast. What we can do is potentially have her throw out some other stuff here. So, okay, whatever. That's a definite meh on that. Right. Thermidor, you do what you usually do. Go ahead and talk people into joining us. The funny part is, when I actually ended up quitting this last time, the next turn right afterwards, I managed to convince, or rather the next couple rounds afterwards, I managed to convince two of them to join me. Lost anyway, but just because there were too many down at that point for it to matter, but you literally convinced two of the Dragoons to join. So if I was actually able to control them, and was actually able to give them orders, then hell, probably would have just pulled it off. Oh well, roll for those 20%. Not so bad. Could always be worse. And he'll go for his BS super move. Yeah, I do have to say, it feels really cheap that he basically has a move that says, hey, you die, nothing you can do about it. Because again, usually the main way around that would be to go in and say, hey, you know, let's first of all, let's see if her move works here by chance. Okay, it does not hit that guy. That's a shame. That would have been real nice. Okay. In that case, go for, let's say, Holy Explosion. That can't hit. What about Crush Punch? That cannot hit either. Nifty! Alright, anything else you got? Not really. Okay, Stasis can work. Go ahead and Stasis that crap. It's probably going to recharge him a little bit, but there was a chance for a stop. So I figured that was probably worth the risk there. Alright, so while they're taking their turn, I'm going to go pick up my coffee. Actually, no, wait. I guess I'm not, because they're... Ah, dang it. Take your turns longer, people. I want to go get my delicious beverage. Alright, so he's got his kind of heal over time thing going on. Not his hits. What the crap? I probably should be using more barrier here. Alright, so they're gonna throw out hastes back there. These Dragoons... they have a ton of health now, I have to say. Just like the heavies in general have so much health that it's... Oftentimes it feels like the most practical way is just to try to persuade them. It's because, yeah, I do not want to be fighting all that armor. Go, Mr. Donald the Lancer, going for Spinfest. I might just leave that guy around. But he's definitely non-threatening, because it seems like the AI seems to prefer Spinfist anytime it's available. It just definitely seems to think like, okay, I can technically do more damage here. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. A little bit of a BS situation right there. You guys landing all your procs and all your hits and everything. Okay, he's going for a super move again. Please, please, please let Ramza hit him in the face before then. It would be quite nifty. They're going for another super move. Yeah, we're just getting nuked left and right here. Ugh. Right, now, summoning-wise, what do we got here? Basically ones on everything. So if we go for one of these, yeah, he's going for friggin' Meteor. Okay. Now, Meteor or... which is he? Is he Sullivan? No, he's Greg. Okay. So, presumably, Carbuncle here, I think that's Reflect, right? Let's see if this will potentially work. Okay, so this... yeah, where's that targeting again? Sorry, I know, it's gotta be annoying to see that. Where's that hitting? It's hitting exactly right there. So let's see if we can cancel his little dealie here. Alright, so she'll act immediately. Hello there, Mr. Evan. And yes, he's Greg the Sage. He sounds so wise. The great and powerful Greg has been kicking our collective donkey situations. So yeah, let's see if that maybe, just maybe, reflects. Please reflect. No. Yeah, so I don't know. I guess just none of his moves reflect. Again, last time I was specifically told that Dark Holy is supposed to reflect. So apparently that's a bug or something. And we are F'd in the A once more. Want to learn Meteor? Yes, please. I mean, it's nice that he can learn that, but it just feels like this is ridiculously oppressive right now. Like, I respect the fact that it's more difficult, but the main counter to all of this is still to do Reflect. So, I don't know. I'm just gonna go for Persuasion, maybe a miracle will happen. There's not really a whole lot for her to do. If she goes over here and maybe deletes all their MP, it might do something. Like, this will help. It'll definitely help, but the issue is I still lost all of my revivers in a single turn. So that should be all their MP gone. Alright, come on, please Persuade. Let's take some of the pressure off here. Yeah, the thing is, I think that's all 3 of their casters now not an issue. And none of my Dragon Spirits procced, so basically no one's got re-raise. That 70% apparently feels like a 5% today. Actually, I think of all the procs that were 70%, I believe only 1 auto potion actually triggered. So yeah, there's nothing I can do to actually win it at this point. The front line is heavy enough to the point where it would take multiple rounds to take down even one of them. She can get to the back and she can get rid of all their MP, which helps with that situation. But yeah. Oh, and he can just restore himself anyway. Oh, for God's sake! Lay down! Right now! Sorry. Dog is quite loud. CT save? Yeah, unless she keeps rocking CT saves and somehow becomes a friggin' magical super beast of infinite speed. Yeah, and she doesn't really have anything that could potentially help with this anyway. Yeah, this might confuse. I don't know, maybe he has some sort of raising move? There's really nothing I can do here. Oh well, we'll be back to it in just a sec here. Actually, yeah, let's just go ahead and reset it, because there's literally not a single thing I can do. Again, kind of a bad spot to start it off on, I suppose. But I should clarify that, yeah, as far as the mod goes and everything else, as far as its different counters and availability things and all that, up to this point, there's been a pretty clear counter for, or at least several counters for pretty much everything that's come along. So as of right now, aside from something like maybe, I could go for a stop or a silence here. That might potentially help out a little bit. So if we go for a stop or silence on him, he's still going to get at least 1 off. He always seems to target Etsum for whatever reason. Alright, first off. Set abilities. Why would I have auto haste when there's Dragon Spirit? Alright. Apple Boy, you're fine with that. Hero Armor is fine. I almost wanted to say equip armor on him. Oh, there's that. Yeah. So that's fine. Yeah, his abilities are fine. He has a revive, he has the ability to turn them on our side, and is relatively tanky. She's got the ability to revive and reflect, plus comes with a auto revive. I guess Agrius isn't the one to bring there. Actually, no, Agrius is absolutely the one to bring there, because yeah, Bits and Boat definitely seems like the answer for that back row. So if she can sneak by, then she can just delete all their MP, and that shuts down all of their hastes and things like that. So let's move you back here. Miss Samurai. Go over here. Who did I forget? Mr. Appleboy, of course. There we are. So I'll go ahead and move forward with this. Yeah, let me go grab that copy. Oh, 1 sec. Hello! Sorry about that little pause there. And hello there, Mr. Cow. The stream has been up for... let's see here. Exactly... what's it? 18 minutes plus change. Basically what had happened when I originally launched it, I forgot to change the title. Then I relaunched it, and then for whatever reason it went for a little while and then just died for a bit. And then it came back, and that's where we're at right now. Also, wait a second. They came in with different items this time. Okay, first of all, this guy has the feather boots this time. This guy has the Enkai. Weird, okay. Now, let's see what we can do a little bit better this time. Alright, this is especially a weird setup. So he's got martial arts, but he's got the spear. I wonder if that was supposed to cause him to spawn in with a fist instead of a spear. Now we got a Zephyr armlet, so potentially got some extreme weaknesses on that guy. I'll say when I'm seeing elemental items, I'm just seeing massive gaps in their defense now. We've got I can't possibly get enough of my flowy clothing over here with the robe and the mantle on them. Probably look like a dang anime villain. And alright, so let's go ahead and do this thing. So yeah, it really seems like the best bet is for him to run forward. Hopefully take some hits here. Dude, I swear to God, this is... 78%! 78%. Every single time he's attacked, he has been blocked. Alright. Let's see, lost the fight once already. Enemy Supremo slaughtered him. Yeah. Basically, this fight is interesting. We're gonna go with interesting. So the whole shtick is that Sage over there can easily insta-kill one or all of the entire party with little to no effort. The one answer to that whole issue, since he can't be reflected for whatever reason, seems to be to bring Agrius down there and get all swordsman-y-like on all of them. Of course, this is before suddenly we get like a triple stop proc here. That'd be amazing. Now, of course, that guy blocks another 78%. Dude, screw that guy. What the hell? It's like, oh yeah, 80% you say, 0% I say. But yeah, so this guy's nukes are the harshness. Alright, that's fine. He went for Agrius, she's going down anyway, they probably won't end up even attacking. He's going for a Meteor, I assume, or an Ultima, one of those. Actually, I think Meteor's the only one that they get. I do need to remember to see about, getting him hit by a Meteor. Speaking of, why exactly is he able to learn by being hit by that ability again? Like, I don't know. Maybe counter magic now has a blue mage effect attached to it or something? I'm not sure. It's hard to say for sure. Actually, you know what? X Potion will allow her to... yeah, she should just barely survive it. So we'll go ahead and drop one of those out there. Alright, so he's going for a single target. I want to keep them bunched up, so I'm going to move him up. Let's move Etsum up here, and get some Titan up in this crap. I think it's Titan that he's weak to. Right, that guy just straight up seems to avoid some stuff, so what... oh, that's because it's Earth, that's why. Now, what are you weak to? Yeah, weak to Earth, so... in order to exploit his weakness, I have to... have to avoid hitting the other guy. What about Leviathan? 106, 105... honestly, that kind of seems more worth it. So if I just go ahead and nuke the ever-loving Christ out of these guys... actually, what does Cyclops do here? Not do any more? 120? Yeah, that's more worthwhile. We're just gonna go for that. Next we got Mr. Time Mage here. Yeah, Ramzo gets knowledge beaten into him. It's hit with enlightenment. It was Thermidor that learned it, I thought. Alright, I want to go ahead and see about getting that guy to join. See if that works. That guy's got haste. He's got bolt 3. Yeah, they took completely different positions this time. The hell? He seriously spent all that MP to do 64? That's interesting. Aw. That could have saved you from what's coming, but okay. And yeah, as long as I can get Agrius to hopefully take the aggro from this guy's super moves, that also seems to be the answer to that. For some reason, her resistance is drastically higher than everybody else's. Fair enough. So he's burned through half his points. Probably have Ramza go up and ask him some questions. He'll be all like, hey, check it out, I found this super OP weapon just lying around the desert, they're all standing still, they blocked it. Of course, they blocked it. 12%. How many times has that 12% rolled now? RNGesus is pissed today. Okay, so he's gonna go ahead and go for that insta-nuke again. Of course he is. Then again, you know what? My luck today has been astounding. So while I'm... Oh, yes! Gotta stop. Double stop? No. Worth a hope. She did. Plus side, this guy might be too. Like, can we smack him for like 200 or something? 208! Hell yeah. So he'll be able to friggin' two-shot that guy. Got Mr. Lancer up there about to eat it. Come on, auto potion? Yes. Okay, you know what? This is a lot more possible. Because my mage is just going to come back to life. She might be able to go for a quick... No, she's dead. Her turn's coming up, though. She might be able to go for a quick revive. There we go. Yeah, this Spin Fist guy. It's weird how this guy consistently comes back. And I have a feeling that his purpose there, as far as... you know, what he's trying to accomplish, considering he does almost no damage, I'm assuming he's there to prevent you from reviving anyone. It's the thing that seems to make the most sense. So instead, since they've taken their turns and that other guy's stopped, we're gonna go ahead and revive her. We're gonna use Moogle from the healer. So you're gonna wait. Alright, so you're gonna go up here, you're gonna go Moogle on everyone, unless I've got something better. I don't think Fairy heals anymore, right? Yeah, no, that's just Revive. I think Fairy used to heal, if I'm not mistaken. Go ahead and wait. You... go for trying to invite this guy again. I know, it's 23%, but here's the thing. They keep rolling 12% over and over, why can't I roll 23? It's just fair. Alright. Seems like they all have just enough health to survive one hit. Nice! Okay, sweet. We got this. Absolutely got this. That guy's gonna go for something or other. Doesn't matter. He's about to take an axe to the face and straight up die. Good. Good. You go for that. That's hilarious. So, hey buddy, you know how you got that sweet class? Well, I'd like to ask you about it. Goodbye. In fact, I plan to eat that guy. That doesn't sound dirty at all. Now. Crush Punch. He's on our side. Crush Punch you. Come on, 100% dead, please. Yes! Alright, there we go. RNGesus! He's back! He's on my side! And then Cerabow's gonna come back like, I don't even know what to make of this whole testing session. Like, technically got screwed over and over and over, but then somehow, against all odds, literally managed to just come back out of nowhere. Okay, whatever. Now, we're gonna go ahead and kill our own Dragoon, though. Right, so you're gonna take a hit. You know what? Agrius is now the kind of... Also, by the way, her skirt thing definitely looks like it was somehow put together using the... what's it? Why am I not so brain good? Put together using the template for the samurai. And it feels like it. Okay. And I lost my train of thought. It just derailed. Flew off the tracks. Into the woods. Let's go ahead and barrier you up. That dude, he gonna die. She's going for that cure. I should have gone for a different one. Of course, that's gonna hit her. Yeah, his turn's gonna be wasted too. Yeah, flubbed it there. Hello there, Mr. Cerabow. So yeah, sorry it took so long on that. Basically, it was the whole thing of I left for a while, and then I came back, and then it was like basically a whole big thing with the TO going on there. These folks kept asking about it and stuff. Alright, that guy's almost dead. Yeah, so we're gonna have to go off our own Dragoon here, or maybe stop him or something. So yeah, despite the fact that I've completely flubbed several key things here, this fight does seem to be going better. I will say, is it an inbuilt thing for the Sage that absolutely nothing he uses is reflectable or blockable or any of that? Because I've gotten repeatedly beaten the hell down by that. I was kind of wondering what that was all about. Alright, end him, thank you. Keep hitting stuff and keep wanting to go and check out whether or not they're getting any kind of a weapon proficiency training out of it. Dang it, so much TO lately. I love TO. Yeah, I don't know if you ended up seeing it, but go resets? I think I want to go reset. Yeah, reset him. Just because I don't want him to go do anything else. Actually, what am I doing? Hang back, let him go get killed by the Time Mages. Simple enough. Probably should just focus on getting everybody back up to scratch here. But yeah, so didn't know if you ended up seeing it, but apparently, and it made me wonder if FFT suffered from the same thing, apparently when the TO came to the States, as in the PSP version, apparently we got a different version. As in, for years, it had bugged the ever-loving hell out of me as far as why it seemed like we played a completely different version on this end. And it's because we did. Because, yeah, well, it's not completely different. Funnily enough, it's just... Imagine if you were playing FFT and they're like, okay, one version has literally 10 times the stat growth of each of your units. Which is funny because going through it, it was clearly designed that way. Like, it was exactly designed for that thing, to the point where I was getting to certain chapters where he would normally get characters that are crazy levels of overpowered, and instead they're weaker than usual generic units because they've been actually training their stats up to that point. Rather than normally you have to go through this whole metagame, so... Like in the Japanese version, everybody just wound up, well, pretty much universally OP across the board. Hell yeah, I want to learn Meteor. But yeah, see, it was Thermidor that learned it. It wasn't Ramza. There you go. Let's see, Reflectable is a type of ability. Level Flag, I still need to check out Dark Holy. Yeah, because that thing hits like a flippin' truck and there's no counter. It hurts. It makes brain pains. And how many times has Ramza been hit now with no proc? Just imagine, like, Ramza standing outside with a little sign that says, like, bring back procs. Oh my flippin' Christ. Okay, unless it's been 100%, he has hit everything. Or he has missed every single ability. It's been blocked or guarded or whatever else. Every single time. It's been this weird thing where, for some reason, none of my melee hits can land during this fight. But on the flip side of that, basically, just like all the weird stuff has been hitting. Like, so for example, I got the Dragoon invite up there, but can't seem to get just about anything else. Now... Actually, wait a flippin' second. Do I even have anybody doing revives up there? Oh, crap. Okay, that's concerning. Please don't let Edson die. Alright. See if we can maybe give you some stuff. Okay, which one's Geist? You, yes. I need you to go ahead and... I don't know. You know what? Just join us. Forget the Sage. Join us. We'll cannibalize him some other day. Whatever. Nice! Got the double invite. Yeah, there's literally nothing they can do to win it, but, we're about to lose some dudes. Actually, wait a minute. She's on 1, not 0. Oh, Andy's gonna go ahead and haste us. So there we go. Ah, that's nice. That's nice. Good stuff right there. Now, you should have it... Yeah. You got Wish. So you go ahead and order something that'll arrive 3 to 4 months later. Yes, that joke never gets old. I will continue making it until the end of time. Wish that you were back 79%. It's gonna miss. Yeah. So, why does nothing 78 or 79% work for him today? I want to go here, but I think it might miss, and I want to go here, and I think it might be better. On the safe side, I'm going to go here just in case. Because usually this 6-tile spread is fine. Yeah, there we go. Alright. You go ahead and raise. And then from there, I'll have everybody else focus on killing off this Dragoon and that Time Mage, and then we'll be good to go. Yeah, all he seems to want to do is be a big old friendly guy and keep healing everyone up here. What a good guy. That's why he's gonna die. Actually, I think I'll have Apple Boy eat him. Right, they're gonna slow. Good. Then again, I suppose nobody can spread any word of us doing this when none of them made it out. I mean, as far as anyone knows, totally pulled this off all nice-like. Nobody needed to join us. We totally didn't stab them in the back and then eat their souls. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh yeah, so Mr. Cerabow, since you missed the beginning of it, ended up getting completely and thoroughly trounced the first time through, but ultimately the deciding factor seemed to... oh wait, which one's ours? Or which one's theirs and which one's... Yeah, okay, that's Geis. Yeah, ultimately the deciding factor seemed to be throwing Agrius out in the front. Because what I was trying to do is get her to drop down there and just kind of go remove everyone's MP. Wow, his name was Junk and he dropped a box. That's pretty awesome. Okay, there we go, you did. But yeah, so she wound up going up front, wound up having drastically higher resistance than anybody else for some reason. And then from that point on, everything was all well and nifty-like. We go ahead and throw a barrier out here for the hell of it. Worried about what the Dragoon guy's gonna do? Let's see. Wonder what happens if you hit Worker 8 with a Faith Rod? Yes, I took Junk's junk. Left his junk behind. Yes! Do I want Sage Powers for Starch? I kinda want Sage Powers for... No, he needs to go take out this guy. Thermidor is gonna go get Sage Powers. I know that he probably won't be able to use the skills, although I have... In the original, I could have sworn there were multiple times where I had gone and gotten said skills on somebody without actually unlocking the class. Which, who knows, maybe that was a bug, maybe it wasn't, I don't know. Anyway, go for a Confusion. Yeah, whatever. It was worth a shot. I love that she can actually use that with something other than a standard Western sword. They don't need to use both edges to get all the proper magic-y type stuff out of there. Turn forward. Let's see, Faith Rod doesn't cause Faith, also has immune... Wait, what? Immune to Faith? Oh, he's just immune to everything Faith-wise? I didn't know that. Alright. Now, boy, you go over here. Yeah, go ahead and restore. That's a shame. No new abilities off that guy. Go ahead and use an item for some XPs. Perfect. Or some JPs, I suppose. Oh yeah, so yeah, Mr. Cerabow, by any chance, did anything like that happen? What I was mentioning with the weird localization situation, did anything like that happen with FFT? Like, where they... Ooh. Sweet goodness. You appear to have a ton of skills all of a sudden. Alright, neat. But did anything happen like that, by chance? Like where, like the US or Japanese version was just drastically different? Let's see. Worker 8 is immune to all statuses except Confuse and Dead. Man, so they can't even mess up his visual circuits? Then again, he might have a radar built in or something. Crap, he's basically Metal Gear. Not to my knowledge about localization. Okay. Just figured I'd ask. Because yeah, that was the starkest difference I've ever seen over what was effectively a difference of 1 decimal point. Because yeah, basically what it was, like, yeah, I mentioned, like, 10 times stat growth, which basically made it a more faithful remake than the one that we ended up getting. And then on top of that, there was a... what do I want to do here? Boom strike, maybe? Draw out... you know what? Let's go bits and boat. See bits in this guy's boat. There we go. But yeah, so there was that part, so the overall growth of the characters made more sense. Though it's weird, because like their overall growth, like their base stats and everything, they maxed out way, way, way earlier. So you could literally have maxed out stats before the end of the game, just on a natural run. And like it's kind of a cool thing, because that basically meant that it took away all of the like grindy stuff, and like stat-wise and everything else. Throw that out the window, and then by the end of the game, the only thing that matters is the skills. Which is weird, because then it also makes rookies more worthless than they've ever been, and... Anyway. But the strangest part of all of it, though, is the fact that they actually had... they actually had different AI. They had a bit of a different AI, and apparently the only reason that it was stripped down for the US version was because they thought... well, presumably, they thought that folks in the States would just not appreciate what they were going for, because they were basically set to constantly buff themselves as much as possible, which led to situations where you're sitting there for like 10 minutes as they're going and giving everybody, like, instill elements, you know, friggin' Stunbringer, Poisonbringer, go, Fortify and Haste on everybody, just, like, all the flippin' time. So, to some degree, they ended up toning it down, which is weird, because then it also made them forget how to stay in formation. Yeah, I don't know how that all comes together. Anyway, it's probably time to bring Appleboy back so that he can go eat that one guy's skills. Heard the Zodiac boss's HP changed some? I'd believe it. I would believe that stuff. Alright, 84. Yeah, I don't want to chance it. You just go ahead and do another Bizenboat. Which, by the way, you said these swords don't break anymore, right? I forget, I want to say that you said that at some point. I don't know for sure. I was tempted to sit there and repeatedly accumulate just to see how hard Ramza could potentially hit. So, like, give him 5 accumulates, he does like 700 damage. Feels possible. Yeah, let's do that. Accumulate. Aw, you dicks. I don't get any goodies. How dare you. Alright, so we got diamond armor. I guess that's pretty darn expensive right there. I find it hilarious that in this universe, like, somebody just goes to the mall and like, oh, thank you for coming into Zales. Would you like a ring? Or maybe would you like a necklace for your spouse? Oh, and we also have this flippin' armor over here, just in case that's in your budget. You can get, like, financing for about 37 years to be able to afford it. Guess some stuff's here. Okie doke. And I'm back. Now this Christmassy type stuff is arriving. Time to be filled with self-loathing for not being able to afford more. But alright, now let's go ahead and finish this off here. Any bets on how much Ramza is going to do with that many accumulates, especially with how friggin' high it ends up scaling up in this version? Yeah, let's just go right up to his face, give him a chance to dodge this. Oh, only 192? Well, fine, whatever. Just take that much. Well done. Somebody's excited about running into a Virgo. It's funny because it means virgin. Anyhow. You know, that's always been kind of one of those things that it's a little bit funny. Ooh, you're looking shiny. Also, that stuff looks like it's from a completely different game. But anyway, it always kind of cracked me up a little bit that the whole, oh yeah, you know, somebody has to be all like pure and unknowing and everything else was such an appealing thing for folks in that kind of context. Is like, if that's what they're going for, wouldn't that just mean everything's extraordinarily boring in that regard? Anyway, so, what can I do with you? Well, actually, first of all, armor. Thermidor. How would you like to wear some better armor? Actually, let's give you some better armor. Because that crap sucks. Alright, 30 health or 5 health? Yeah, 30. Ooh, hello. Ooh, cancel dead. That sounds good. Absorb holy. And magic +1. Ooh, that could potentially be a... Wait, it doesn't reflect anymore. Alright, whatever. We're gonna go for that. And... where's that one guy? You get that one thing. You get all the health, all the health, all the health for you. Good job. Congratulations. Now, what exactly is my save state button again? Save state is F1. Okay. There we go. Just don't feel like redoing that setup again. Fair enough. And I think we're probably just good to go to the next one. Also, check Platinum Armor. Okay, I mean, I already slapped it on them. Let's find out what it does. Status. If I go to status, it apparently says Extraordinarily Baller. Let's see. Has a white luster, cancel holy. Okay. So in that case, I'm very, very glad that I put it on her, so that she doesn't get insta-nuked again. Yeah, cancel holy. Interesting. Yeah, this makes me think of, was it FF4, 5, or 6 that had the Dragoon guy? Can't remember right now, but either way, one of those. Sorry, I was getting... all the early FFs, like, aside from maybe 4, I constantly get those confused. Because 4, it's hard to, definitely hard to accidentally forget about somebody suplexing a train, but still. FF4 had Kane, okay. I promised 4, but does Holy Exploit work on enemies with sword skills? Not in this, yes. He's seemingly fixed just about dang near everything, but keep them coming. I'm sure there will be an exploit that we can potentially abuse. Oh, crap! They got flippin' ninjas. How dare you call me Heretic Starch? Also, I probably should have bought some skills on them, huh? It's interesting that just beating Islude does not actually win this one. Magic little throwy knife thing. Good. Get a free second life out of that. And I feel like I have to bring it up every time, but it's kind of funny, because shurikens were a samurai thing, not a ninja thing. Thanks, pop culture. Oh, hell no. We're not doing that crap. No. No. Take your bull crap and shove it back where it came from. Friggin' first round petrified. Get that crap out of here. Alright. There we go. We'll, make it get out of here. By axing him about it. This is the wrong guy, too. Say I got one, but I'm saving it for a rainy day. Well, I mean, for what it's worth, it is both somehow snowing and raining outside right now. Because, again, Michigan just makes sense like that. Alright, good. Rolled both of those procs. Fair enough. A flying summoner, that's always a good sign. Zoom that mess out a little bit. I really don't like that she got turned into a rock. You need vanilla tactics and a better recording method so I can make my video showing it. Okay. Well, I don't know how you're gonna pull that off. Actually, one thing that's, You dick. You dick! I needed my arm for, things. Right. I have a feeling we're probably pretty screwed on account of many things right off the bat, but let's see here. Okay, we can't go Runic Persuasion on them. That has 3, doesn't it? Yes, that does have 3. Okay. You just do your usual thing. Again, it still kind of cracks me up that the Rune Seeker is the guy that I'm literally using as a Seeker here. Okay. You go ahead and deal with this guy, me hopes. Oh, those hot suck. Okay. Basic skills, heal, this won't work. No. I should have just left Rad as a Dragoon. Yeah, for that, yeah, I should have left Rad as a Dragoon, and I shouldn't have brought him here. Right. This has gone completely wrong right off the bat. Want to be the first to show it off? Fair enough. Yes! He's on our team now! There's a chance! Oh man! That's gonna turn that around too! Oh man! Okay, that's pretty awesome. Please just kill that one guy. Ah, he guarded it. Whatever. Still, the turnaround. That turnaround, though. Probably still screwed. Oh! RNGesus is my friend for this fight. Or actually, no, he's just making up for last time. But, yeah, friggin' double 80% dodge. It's almost down. It's the other one that I really need gone. Please don't tell me. Oh, right, he's gonna... Dang it, I forgot he had Don't Act on him. Okay. For what it's worth, though, they don't seem to have a healing element on his team. Right, he's got Revive, so whatever. So what is his shtick this time around? I don't know what the Nightblade was. I know he was basically like a weird alternate Sword Dragoon last time. So he's gonna go for a heal. Yeah, turning their guy like that, or at least turning their summoner here, definitely feels like it might be the thing to turn this around. Okay, Runic Cleanse. Does that work for rocks? Totally does. Fantastic. Actually, I probably could have used it on Ronzo to get rid of Don't Act. Alright. You should be able to prevent this guy from doing his nonsense. There we go. Two skills. What do we do with you? Punch this guy, maybe, before you die again? Yeah, I think go punch this guy. It's pretty darn strong, even if it wasn't the ultimate weapon I was hoping it would be. Okay. Get a little bit of healing out of that. Nifty, nifty, nifty. We have her maybe do a little bit of a speed summon. I don't think, yeah, the odds would have to completely line up for a speed summon to get pulled off here. Okay, by the way, those always crack me up when it's like, oh yeah, you fired a shot. They missed, but where'd the shot go? Nobody knows. Okay. Ooh, we even have a friggin' 1 round on Cyclops. 69. As hilarious as that is, I don't think it'll work. Got a huge AoE on Promote. 94, 84. 6, 69. Yeah, I feel like this is gonna be the one to go for. Good, and Don't Act is gone. Let's see, maybe I can put Tactics on a PSP at least? You absolutely can. Both original versions are available on PSN. Though I don't know if they still... I don't know if PSN still works for a PSP at this point. I think they might have shut that down a few years ago. But if you're using that modded one I gave you, then then you should just be able to put whatever ROMs on there that you want. Okay. Dragon? Ah, he didn't dragon. Thought I might have dragoned out of that. So we can go for a risky one. Go for a throw here. What's a throw damage looking like? 40, 70, non-existent, and 70. Okay, let's go for the risk here. He's got a auto-revive anyway. 40%, do it! Ah, worth a shot. And he was basically blocked off from doing anything else. And kind of seemed like the most practical thing to do there. Please dodge. Oh. Whatever. Okay, so we're gonna have to use Fairy to get him up. Let's see, why do you go against us? Because the game tells me to. I am giving no dialogue options. And, well, quite frankly, any version, let's be honest, you're never given alternate routes. Personally, that's one of those things that I just really, really loved about Tactics Ogre games. You get a very similar type situation, but you basically, you kind of have a choice over what you want to do in the story. Oh, another Spin Fister! You're funny. You just healed him by doing that. Alright. Is mod finished then? It's getting there. It feels very nice. Like, so far, honestly, even in this version, like, I would definitely... obviously, it's not quite released yet, but if it were released, I would say this is easily way more pleasant than 1.3. It's like, you get all the cool crap. Oh... You dig. You know what? Add some. Keep it in your pants. Come on. Come on. There's plenty of others who I'm sure you can get to business with. This is... Don't need to be joining that guy. Also, we just got double slowed, however that works. Okay. How fast is that cleanse gonna work? Just on time, but what's the vertical forgiveness and what's the range? Okay. Don't need to worry about vertical forgiveness if we're right here. Hopefully this will fix her. Please, please fix. There we go. Okay, you're Apple Boy, so you can throw. Yeah, I get these two confused because they're the exact same class. But yeah, so like I was saying, even if it was done, even if it was in this this version, like if this was the released version, I would say that yeah, definitely of the mods I've played so far, this is probably the one I like most. As a note of personal opinion. I need you to go ahead and just punch this guy with your spear. Oak failed. Uncharmed. Good deal. I'm gonna have to remember before the end of the fight I need to go get him killed off. That way I can go feed him to Epsom. Wow. Way off pitch today. Okay. So we got George moving. I think that's one of the ninjas. Dang ninjas. Hey, there's George the ninja. George of the ninjas. We'll go for a, like, kind of predict fairy here. I think I'm gonna go for a predict fairy. There we go. To have her move back here. See, can a cow be added as in boss? No. Do you know what 1.3 content or easy mode was? Are you asking me or cow? Because I've tried 1.3 easy mode and it was still... it still had a lot of those, like, what the hell is this even moments. Oh, I missed those messages above it. Hello, Mr. Calafonte. So yeah, basically it doesn't have all that stupid bullcrap. It's like 1.3 with the cool features, but none of the stupid, like, just kick you in the dick difficulty. That's the only way I can describe it. It's like, oh, I'm sorry, you thought there was going to be an easy fight here. Well, here's a cactus. It can fire nuclear laser beams out of its butthole. You're welcome. It's like, no, it's like, I appreciate the cool crap you put in here, but what is this? Like, honestly, even getting past Chapter 1 took maybe 7 attempts when I was trying 1.3. Like, that feels like a bit much. Okay, yeah, that predict fairy wasn't needed. Let's see. When my testers who beat the mod said this is what 1.3 content wishes it could be, I agree. Absolutely agree. Like, it's exactly that. It is exactly that. This is the good stuff from 1.3, none of the bad stuff. Like, you don't have enemies running around with, like, here's a billion abilities you can't have, you can never have this class, you can't do any of that. There's been a couple times where it's, like, some unique variants of stuff, where it's, like, it isn't super OP or anything, and you can tell it's just there to be kind of cool. Not to mention there are units that you do get. You do have those abilities on other ones. Like, there was just a generic knight that had the abilities that Agrius normally would. He couldn't be absorbed or anything. He actually couldn't even be knocked out. Or he couldn't be, what's it? He couldn't be vaporized. We're just gonna go with that. But yeah. So, like, you have the cool stuff that's there. So you still have the unique variants and things like that. You have stuff that makes more sense, like, for example, with farming the sacred, I'm just going to call them sacred bulls. With stuff like that, you, dang it. This is not the one I wanted to act right now. Oh, cleanse. Is that going to hit on time? Yes. He's just going to sit here friggin' being the cleansing doctor all day. But yeah, like, for example, with the bulls, originally you would get, in the original game, you got a Sacred Spear. I don't know what you got in 1.3. I just personally really like the change that it's an axe now, because they use axes. I know, it's a weird thing to really like, but I like it. I just really like that change. Anyway. Yeah, it's more challenging, but fair, like he said. So, yeah, anyway, also I'm gonna need a summon heal down here. Expecting him to die, so let's come down here. So yeah, basically all of the ridiculously stupid exploits are taken out, like where you basically just put gain GP on everybody. Instead, like, that ability, as an example, is just Squire only, as in they have it built in. Everybody else has space for other moves. Like, if there were any moves that were like, you know, you cannot possibly do anything without having this, those are gone, for the most part. So anyway, okay, you are gonna need an ether or something, so you just sit there. I really prefer to not lose this because I can't get him back up. Also, hang on, I gotta go check on my kiddo real quick. 2 seconds. Alright, and I'm back. Hang on, did I turn that on properly? Yeah, looks like it. Okay, so item-wise, I'm gonna go ahead and take a little bit of a chance here. Go ahead and ether up her. Alright. So yeah, gonna take a little bit of a chance. Yeah, she's gonna have a turn right here, so hopefully she's gonna be able to do a fast cast. See how that goes. Oh crap, my phone died. Welp, I can't see chat. Let's go ahead and pull that crap up on a different window here. If the sound gets a little stuttery for a second, don't worry about it. That's normal. Like, for example, that. In order to pull up chat on another window here, it acts a little bit weird sometimes. Let's see. There we go. Better. Move this over here. This over here. And I think we're good to go. So yeah, spent 10 years making adjustments of what I want it to be, polishing it, and still have things I want to add, mostly minor. Interesting. Okay, that definitely explains how polished a lot of this is then. Yeah, this is definitely more than I would have expected in a mod at this point. Let's have you go over here, see if you can maybe nuke some stuff. No, he doesn't even have the MP to mute to friggin' nuke anything. Barrier. No, that's not gonna do anything. Go for a reset. No, he doesn't have the room for a reset. Whatever. You just sit there a moment. Now, what kind of range are we looking at for Fairy? Got 4 range, big ol' splash tile. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Actually, that won't be perfect because I'm not getting the guy on the other side. Wait, no, I am. I think, right? Yeah, it looks like it. Hate this keyboard. Oh, the armored core. Please. No one's heard of armored core. It's a shame. It's such a shame, though. Oh, this dick. You better not have just ruined that, buddy. Better not have just ruined that. I'm gonna be really pissed if he just ended up ruining that Master Vibe by doing that. Yeah, she's got 29. I don't have that. You dicks! Get off her, dude! Get off her butt! Stop grabbing her butt! What is your problem? Holy crap, screw that archer! You know what? Forget it. I just won't use her. What is it with this entire building and everybody hating Etzum? Friggin' douchebags, I swear. Alright. Very least, I need this guy up right now. I said right now. Rad is... I can't even tell. I think he's about to bleed out. Or no, he's at 2. Okay, whatever, that's fine. It's perfectly fine. Yeah, let's have you go here. Let's get Rams back on his feet. Yeah. So that was some interesting weirdness that ended up happening. He just will not let her cast anything. Friggin' a-holes. Alright, let's go Persuasion here. Hey, Mr. Ninja, would you like to be friends? Sweet, ridiculously obvious outfit you got there. Worth a try. That's some don't you do it. Oh man. Oh man. Come on. Don't let that be the deciding factor. How lame would that be? Oh. No. No. Okay, well he's got his MP back, so I guess that's nice. Come on. Come the hell on here. Let me actually do stuff, please. Can I get some follow-up here? Anything? Anything at all? Can I move now, please? You've killed everyone repeatedly. I'd like to do stuff now, please. This guy has not missed a single one of his abilities this entire fight. Okay. Mr. Frickin' Dickhead, you want to join us? Okay. Comet. What about Cupid and Donner and Blitzen? Whatever, you do that. Do I have anyone that sells a revive on them? Not him. It's annoying. Yeah, he only has one mace for some reason. Or at least I think he does. Yeah, he only has the one mace. Oh, it's not an 8 anymore? Interesting. And I'm pretty annoyed right now, I'm not gonna lie. Because this was a complete shoo-in, and then they just stopped her in one turn. It's perfectly fair, it's definitely a fair thing. It's just... I cannot believe some of my luck with things today. Actually, right before this, I was going and doing a bit of a challenge that somebody had issued to me for the One Vision mod, in which last year I posted up a video of essentially they're going and trying to strip her down now. Really? She already agreed to make out with you, dude. She already turned on us completely through the fight. Now you're just sitting there trying to strip her in the middle of the fight. You can't even wait until we go home. Okay, should have gone for this cleanse a turn earlier. Oh, that doesn't even work? Good to know. I probably should have paid attention to that first. Okay. Yeah. Fight's done. There we go. Let's try that again. Now then. As far as all this goes, let's go abilities. See if we can maybe learn some stuff with you. Ninja stuff. Not so much. Throw dictionaries at people? I want to throw the dictionary at people. The axe, why not? I'm kind of just training him as different stuff for the hell of it now. Well, I'm kind of thinking I should probably make him a geomancer, actually. But yeah, so to clarify, I was a little bit frustrated by this other challenge thing. That part... Oh, charm wore off. Well, I did a derpus. But yeah, no, the fact that they removed all of her MP and then basically canceled her out of the ability that she was going to use to win the fight. Felt like a bit of a blue balls moment right there, but, you know, again, it's perfectly fair. I screwed that one up. It happens, it happens. Definitely don't need to be keeping Rat as a monk. That, it definitely does not work for him right now. Keeping him as a knight, that worked out pretty great, though. So, yeah, basic skill, Dragon Spear, Equip Spear, yeah, that crap right there, that was pretty awesome. Agrius, I did not bring along this time. Okay, we'll do this. But yeah, so right before this, I was doing this whole 1 vs 18 challenge for that mod, because on a couple of the maps, you can get 18 enemies to spawn, and, you know, it's fun to see how... personally, I like to go in and try and pressure test classes using this, just to see, you know, how far they can go, and so, you know, 18v1, basically. So, last year, in a different version of the mod, I was able to pull that off using a pretty busted setup that I had used. So what somebody had basically said was, okay, try to do it again, and basically the least optimal part of the game for that particular class. And, oh, 2 swords and concentrate? No, I'm not going to. But no. Oh, you know what I should probably do? I should probably put concentrate on Ramza, actually, with that crazy good axe of his. Well, if this one ends up flubbing, I'll go ahead and do that. But anyway, so I kept doing that challenge, and the minimum hit rate for anything physical in that is 25%. So no matter what, no matter how high your evasion, there's always going to be a 25% chance to hit anyway. So I was pretty annoyed because I had almost won that thing. I had this whole really tricky setup that I put together, and basically it was like, you know, get a bunch of barricades, put them in specific spots, lure the AI into certain areas, use the terrain to basically lock them off in little bubbles, close off those bubbles and leave them there, and then basically use that time, like while they're all stuck in there, to go and attack their healers, and then from the healers go to the casters, then get rid of all the stuff that needs exorcism to be gotten rid of. There's like a whole big complicated thing, and I get like 90% of the way there, almost won it. 3 random guys that were not even a problem the whole rest of the time come up and get 3, not only 25% hits, but 3 25% crits in a row. I was like, oh man, this is just some bullcrap right here. Anyway, so it happens. I mean, you're gonna have bad days every now and then. But then this started up, and it was like, okay, sweet. I just got a bunch of 23% in a row, and it worked alright. Something about 20s. Also, hang it. 1 second. I think my kiddo is being upset again. Give me a moment. Alrighty, and I'm back. Sorry about the delay there. Whoa, what the hell? Somebody died already? Did they get an insta-kill or something? How is Appleboy dead? Or Rad? For that matter, how's he double dead? What the hell? Someone must have insta-killed him. Oh, well, I guess we'll just deal with that. How about that? Or... Alright, we'll go for that. Hopefully Ramza can move before then. Now, let's go ahead and get this guy back up. Yeah, I feel like if that's the way it's gonna go, we're probably pretty well screwed here, right off the bat. A spider bit him? Dang, hate when that happens. Okay. Alright, let's get all summony up in this crap. Of course he's floating. Why do I keep trying to use that on floating enemies? Carbuncle's the reflect one. How about Ifrit? You want to go ahead and hit with that? There you go. Nifty! Yeah, kiddo's pretty well upset today. Just to say, somewhat irritated. I have a feeling the dry weather's bugging him. I swear I feel like I didn't sleep a blink last night. But, oh well, it happens. It'll come up from time to time. That's what this amazing stuff called coffee's for. And then you chug it, and life gets better. Aw. I just realized he's gonna get knocked out by the meteor. Oh well, worth it. If you're gonna go, you might as well go by meteor. Actually, speaking of weird ways to go, I was reading, well, I guess watching more of a documentary kind of thing. As far as real bummer stories, which was just basically the process of the defense of Poland during World War II. See, the ninja tried to be a dick, but then he got screwed by Arn Jesus. Arn Jesus be praised. Anyway, but yeah, no, kind of sucks there. Like, it really, like, I don't know. It's sometimes you just hear about stories from the past that it's just like, how did anybody ever get over that kind of situation? So if you didn't know, long and short of it is, early on into World War II, it was kind of around the point where nobody really wanted to get involved. Like, especially on the Allied side, just nobody really wanted to get into that whole thing. The Pirate's Plate. This ain't gonna do jack, is it? I mean, it could do some. Ooh, battle axe. Sometimes you gotta throw out some battle axes. Yeah, throw does not feel worthwhile so far. So far. But I do want to come back and try that whole concentrate type situation. Oh yeah, so anyway, so like I was saying, what had happened is they were just kind of sitting minding their own business, being full and all that kind of thing. And, well, friggin' World War II shows up to their doorstep, Germany invades, and they're like, okay, so we made an agreement with, France and England, like, okay, if you ever get invaded, you just sit tight, you know, little buddy, we'll come by and we'll help you out. So they had this whole plan in place where they're gonna go spend like a month fighting backwards back to their capital, at which point everyone else is gonna show up. So, let's see, the key is to throw balls and shurikens. Thought about removing the other throwables? Yeah, probably. Definitely feels like the others are just kind of there for, you know, catching weapons abuse. But anyway, so they start doing their whole plan. They end up doing better than expected. You know, they end up holding out. I think they said in total it was like 5 weeks or something. And, yeah. Not only... Okay, so the best part is, France starts helping. They start winning, like, they start winning the entire war. They end up outnumbering the other guys like 2-1 or something like that. And then they're like, we're alright. And then they just kind of stop. They just don't do anything. England never even bothers to show up. And then in the middle of it, the USSR is like, hey... so we kind of want some of this land, and so then they start invading too. And it's just like, how bad of a week do you have to have when that happens? But yeah, they, I mean, basically they got kicked out of their own country, but still managed to keep on fighting on with other groups and everything. Yeah, I feel like this is probably due for a reset already, because I'm just not seeing the numbers coming together here. So I'm gonna go reset it real quick, because I really, really want to try that. Yeah, here's what I want to do. Not that, because leaving the menu makes stuff go away. Okay, ability. First of all, go ahead and change your job. You are now a geomancer. Exactly. I figured out how words work. I just mashed them together, and that happened. Now, skill-wise, get rid of Equip Axe, because you can just do that. It concentrates. Right, so you still have your axe and everything, you have your guts, you got your elemental stuff. Axes are way better at swinging this? Exactly. Equip Axe is pretty friggin' awesome. Like, they were in such a bizarre situation in vanilla. Like, honestly, I tried so many times trying to use them. I even tried an axe-only run once, and all I received was disappointment. Hang on, which one was it that they had? I think it was Carved Bondle that worked well here. Yeah, also my phone is toast. It keeps turning on and off. What's that, 3%? Now dead again. Man, I should probably replace this thing at some point. But I am too broke. I'm too broke for my telephone. Oh yeah. Too broke for many things. 'Cause nothing ever seems to work out right. Okay. Okay. So, that's all well and good. Knight, what do we got for you? Auto Protect feels like it could be amazing down the line. Actually, in fact, I'm gonna put that on. Because, honestly, if he gets that going, like, so far Protect has been almost borderline busted, I want to say. But now... what do those red shoes do? Move +1, magic +1. Yeah, I don't need that on him. 19% evasion. What did I have on him before? Probably not the angel. I would have remembered that. Probably not... I figured I would have had the gauntlet, but it's kind of redundant. I think I had spike shoes or Germinus on him before. Yeah, I think Germinus. There we go. Zadvi Ferkanar. And you're actually going to go become a Dragoon with... yeah, I don't really even need those Knight abilities, so he's just going to be a Dragoon with basic skills. And a cape. And there we go. He's just there to basically revive. In fact... okay, what do we give you over that? Poach? Can you learn anything better than Poach? Like, Equip crossbow wouldn't work on him. CT save might be hilarious. Counter throw. Equip axe. No. I would equip axe on him. Actually, I was tempted to say I should. With Kafkarian exploit, you could get Chaos Blades in Chapter 2. And I don't even remember what those are. I'm trying to remember what they did. Can't remember. Change, no. I also just want to say monster skill. Alright, whatever, just put Poach on there. Is there anything else? I think we're good. But yeah, so Mr. Procow, basically all the major exploits seem to be out of the window. In favor of actually trying to make the game balanced. Yeah, it definitely seems like, in a lot of Matsuno's things, in general, the mindset seems to be make it fun first, make it balanced second. Let's actually pop you over here, let's pop you over here. Pop you back here, and yeah, you're probably alright there. There we go. Yes, Blade is strongest in the weapon in the game. Question, is it by any chance red and Ripley looking? Out of curiosity. Actually, I just need to... You know what? I should just Google that thing. I have to know. Yeah, sorry for the kind of slight audio jank here. I'll be done in just a sec. Man, this thing has a lot of different pictures for it, but I don't see the one from FFT. So you can still get Chapter 3 and 4 gear in Chapter 1 by poaching and breeding. Yep. Very true. Got that thing from the bulls after all. I think it's pretty darn awesome. Almost tempted to go back and try to get one for Rad. Actually, just get one for every member of the team. Just have friggin' every class running around with Equip Axe and Dragon Axes. Just have some, like, White Mage coming up doing 100 plus damage with an axe. Okay, please don't get Don't Act on anyone, thank you. Braxton, what did I tell you? Just a moment. I swear, you'd think after so many people just walking by every now and then, you'd think this dog would realize, hey, you know what? I don't need to bark at everybody. I don't even know where he picked it up either. Because, I mean, he left, he got his full certification and everything, he became the full service dog and everything, he graduated, he got placed and he got a job in something that the... Oh, it's this guy that did it last time. Gotcha. Gotcha. If by chance you can go ahead and get this guy to join again. Mr. Rad. Tell you what. Go ahead and power this guy. Yeah, I'm starting to really love Jump in this version. Honestly, I'm perfectly fine with Rad just maxed out as he is right now. Please tell me I didn't just break that. Got items and nothing else. What can you do? You can punch this guy, that's what you can do. By the way, Mr. Cow... Actually, wait a minute. This guy isn't even over here. What the hell am I doing? Whatever. You just wait here. So, as far as that whole PS4 streamy type dealing, out of curiosity, have you ever played War Thunder? If you haven't, that mess is frickin' fun. So just recently got one of them, well, my wife got one of them PS4 dealies. I just happened to play it. But either way, I just got one of them recently, and yeah. Used to play that on PC all the time. My god, it's just such a good game. Anyway, it's like basically, what's it? Hang on, what am I trying to do here? Protect. I feel like I should put protect on everyone. I think I just protect on her. But yeah, it's basically, of all things, it's an arcadey version of a World War II like plane, tank, and boat simulator of all things. Which I know, weird duck of different things, right? Yes! Double invite on that guy. So, it's like this whole thing where, in the mode that most people end up playing, you end up going in with 5 planes, like you just kind of customize and pick loadouts for and whatever else, your different old-timey planes. And you kind of, between rounds, you spend all your points to go and get upgrades for your planes and everything. And you just slowly get more and more advanced stuff as stuff goes on. But yeah, it just feels really nice. It feels really nice. And there's all kinds of objectives and things like that, but it's just more fun to, find that one guy that's running around in the background with some plane with bright colors all over it and knocking them out of the sky and all that. Actually, I think my favorite thing, you pick a nationality that you fly for, basically. And when I was originally going down the list, I saw saw one particular plane on the British side. I was like, yep, don't care about anything else. I saw everything I need to see. Because they have this thing called the Beaufort. And it's literally just like, we need to make a flying wall of cannons. And that's basically what it is. It's like it's technically like a bomber kind of thing, but it's got a bunch of guns all over it. And all along the front wing and just front end of the thing, I think it's like 16 cannons on the thing. And there's always one guy. There's always one guy. Like, at the start of every match. He's like, yeah, no, I know exactly what that thing is. I see people using it every now and then. It's got all the maneuverability of a friggin' truck, but at the very start, everyone's just charging at each other. Usually everyone tries to get some altitude or something else, but usually everyone's just charging at each other. And there's one guy, or 2 sometimes. Like, hell, I think the best I've ever gotten is like 4 guys that decided to try and charge this thing, but hell, like, even if you end up losing the plane and have to bail out, you still got 4 with a single flyby. They're like, oh yeah, that thing's got like all that crap on the front of it. I'm just gonna go ahead and charge him. This'll work out great. And it never does. It never does at all. It's like it barely gets touched by anything flying out of that thing. It's like, yep, basically just instantly deleted. I think there was one moment where it's bizarre how realistic some of the bits of it are. Because, like, each individual piece, like, if it ends up hitting something else, it'll damage it in a semi-realistic manner and all that kind of thing. But so, I'm flying along, and yeah, there's all these planes flying up in front. Just basically hold down the trigger and seeing how many wings can get blown off. And yeah, sure enough, dang it, what am I doing here? I should go right. You've got don't move. That's what's going on here. Can you heal yourself? No, you can't heal out of that for some reason. Cheer up? No. Alright, whatever. Let's just go elemental and see if we can maybe ruin this guy. Feels like a bad idea, but this might end up healing Apple Boy. Yes! Got the petrify. Come on, go for the heal. Auto heal. Come on, auto heal. Oh. Didn't get it. And yeah, so, flying along, and yet just holding down the button, wings flying off, tails flying off. I think, like, more often than not, you just see a cockpit flying by with, like, half a propeller left on it. It's just great. It's so much fun. Let's see. Got PS4, we might be able to do something someday. There might be some good free games. I think Monster Hunter's cheap now if you look. Maybe you could find Bloodborne. I've actually, there's a week-long demo of PS Now that I've been testing out, which I have to say I'm a little bit impressed by how it works. I wish you could just download New Vegas normally. It's kind of a bummer that you can't. Anyway, yeah, I tried out Bloodborne. Actually, I think my wife might be getting Dark Souls 3 for Christmas or something, because kept asking me point blank, like, I know you want a thing, I know you want a thing. Like, just name a name, like, name a name. I know you have it in front of you, I know that you know what you want to get. Like, okay, fine, Dark Souls 3 is pretty awesome. Ow. That was weird. Got a weird chest pain and crap. That's what I get for being tired. Okay, let's go Persuasion, Charge, Stop. Levi? I think I want to go Levi. Can you hit both those guys? No, but if you move forward, you could. And I always despise that feeling, like when you end up not sleeping for a while, like you can tell you've been going sleep deprived for a good while, and then you just like feel you got random stabbing pains all over the place. So you heard Path of Exile will be on PS4? That I have heard amazing things about. Actually, that's one of those things that... Oh, dude, you just got friggin' rocked. That's actually one of the things that One Vision actually references. As in, apparently there's 3 swords from Path of Exile that are in the Katana tree for OV. So it was, I think it was Goddess Scorned, Goddess Bound, and Goddess Unleashed? I think that was from PoE. It was either from that or from some book. Like, I know there's some Wheel of Time references in there. There's lots of FFT references in there. Nice. Truth be told, I'm not even planning out this fight right now. I'm just literally playing it turn by turn because of how badly it got turned around last time. Oof. Okay, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. Oh, has he seriously been in the sky this entire time? Poor bastard. Yeah, at this point I don't really even want to cannibalize any of these guys, I just kind of want to win the fight and be done with it. That archer. He's effective, but dang. Do you think some Twidoken games are free? Monster Hunter Phone? Yeah, I've never played Twidoken. Honestly, until I played Sweetoken, which I don't know if there's any relevance between the two, I never even... 9 times out of 10, like if I saw something with a extraordinarily Japanese game, I probably wouldn't even give it too much of a look. I know that's kind of narrow-minded of me and all that, but it's just... more often than not, a lot of them end up running into the same tropes over and over, and... I don't know. It's just, it feels... It just gives like an uncomfortable feeling in the stomach, you know? For lack of a better way to put it. Okay, what can you do? You still can't act. Can you just end this guy? Good. I'm sure glad that Rad is being useful here. Sure glad I'm making the most out of him. Raze is going to be out of range. What about Fairy? Fairy, I do not have the ability to do. Right, you just go ahead and wait there then. Let's see. Template. Where is my mouse? Haven't played either, but I've seen someone else playing it. Fair enough. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised that the Sweetoken series died. Was that mess is just awesome. If you've never played it, it's specifically 2 is the one that I ended up really loving there. For a first playthrough anyway. Like honestly, after that first playthrough, I can't really imagine going through it too many other times. Like I know a lot of people get really into that game, and I tried a mod for it, but it seemingly required way too much meta knowledge to really be something that I wanted to look into. But smite. Can you smite a little bit? Yeah, do a little bit of smiting. What was I saying here? So, like that series was really fun. The idea is just you're kind of going around collecting this giant team of characters in a what is essentially a losing war type scenario. And honestly, as long as you keep losing, that's the part when that game's actually fun. It at the end kind of falls apart eventually. Not to mention there's kind of a really obvious flaw with the AI and the like overhead war mechanic, because the idea is supposed to be, you know, you're fighting this whole war thing, and every character you collect helps you out on this big old battlefield thing, and they lead their own squads and everything. And it's cool, except it becomes really obvious that there's low to no actual AI going on. So much so that I saw a video a while ago of somebody like, oh yeah, you know, look, I min-maxed all this stuff to be able to win this super difficult last fight. And I remember doing that last fight on my very first try through, because they would never move a single tile. Like, they didn't go anywhere. They just sat there, and all you had to do was use archers over and over, and they would die. Like, I don't understand how it's super difficult, but I guess if you didn't know that they didn't do anything, it might be. They literally just sat there and lamed it out the entire time. Didn't really see any reason to do anything risky. There we go. Like, I'm sure if somebody charged in head-on, yeah, they'd probably have a much harder time. But anyway, yeah, Swidoken's pretty darn fun. Alright, you'll eventually get it, Mr. Thermidor. You'll eventually get it. Huh. I think we might have gotten the slightly special summoner. Alrighty then. Yeah, Swidoken 1 apparently was the experimental one. Apparently Swidoken 2 is the one that they actually wanted to make. I'm surprised you don't just kill Izzy. Yeah, I mean, I guess I could just do that, huh? That probably would be the easier way to go about this. Yeah, why aren't I doing that? Alright, I'll go ahead and do it. Jeez. Yeah, I will say it's not even like FFT. I mean, like, literally the AI does nothing in Swidoken 2. I mean, they have that whole overhead map and everything, but it just sits there in most cases. They don't do anything at all. Like, they'll just sit there and take it, and then they'll have a few units that they'll send out as kind of like a just dumb attacking kind of thing. It is with large rockets. Which, by the way, Mr. Cow, I saw your video there on it. Dude, that was precise as hell. Good job. That was some friggin' precision stuff right there. Honestly, I don't end up doing anything all precise like that. It's like, I will keep bumbling around until eventually enough stuff hits him that I win. It's kind of my strategy going into it. Alright, Mr. Isnude. Guess we've messed around with you long enough. Let's just end this thing already. Yep. I wonder if this archer will eventually join. I mean, it's worth a try. An ad gotcha? Or are you trying to make me repeat the praise of your rocket run right there? What I was trying to say is, dang, that was all precise and amazing and stuff, so good job. As in, I don't think I would ever go for that much precision in the run. Mostly just a lot of maneuvering and then dumbfiring. But hey, if it works, right? But there we go. Item. Go ahead and just supercharge yourself, why not? Good enough. And alright. Yeah, I feel like I really want Appleboy out of this job as soon as possible. It's just not really doing him any favors. It's mostly just because he doesn't have any skills for it. Alrighty. But yeah, so the thing that we were talking about, by the way, is just with Armored Core, it's basically a series where you put together a mech and you go around doing a bunch of things, and usually when you end up attacking, use a lockbox type system where you have just something that you keep in a particular lock, and then once you get a lock on them, you know, you can do your usual firing and all that kind of thing. And so recently we've both completed a thing which was going through the most BS game in the series using a weapon that is essentially a dumbfire thing that that has a really, really janky hitbox. So it's been fun. It's been a fun thing there. Like, that is to say, it's fun that it's over, because, man, some parts of that were frustrating as hell. By the way, Mr. Cow, I would not recommend trying to do that one dam. You know, the one with the dam with Wanton Busker and Bull Volant? Yeah, would not recommend it. 0 out of 10 would never do that again. Screw all kinds of that crap. It's like, at the very beginning, you have to try and not waste as many shots as possible. Precision sniping what are basically little dots on the horizon. You get rid of those, then you have to go and friggin' fight a guy on the water where he's got a major advantage. Then realize that no matter how heavy of rockets you used, he will out DPS you with a friggin' pistol, because that's balanced. And yeah, like, you can use like both hands and larges at the same time. It doesn't matter. He will beat you in a damage race. Let's see, only thinking of Old Zeta and Pulverizer. Okay, Mr. Cerabow, see you in a minute. But yeah, so then after all that, you have to break Volablont's AI in order to make him sit on the ground, because otherwise he's just going to hop around like an a-hole the entire time, and yeah, it's a complete no-win situation at that point. But anyway, yeah, Ultimate Zenaida is actually, I think, a bit easier. I would say of the big three, Old Zenaida is probably on the bottom of the big three. I would say definitely Damon would be second, and then I think 2448 is the hardest. If I were to put some numbers on it. A Final Pulverizer I would think would be pretty easy, though. Like, I could be wrong on that, but I would figure he probably would be one of the easier ones. And that's mostly just because he's A, relatively huge, and B, tends to spend a good amount of time just kind of sitting there. So, prime target for rocketeering. Actually, in fact, I remember even trying it before I was even halfway decent with rockets, and almost succeeded, as I recall. Dang it. This guy's like, stop trying to make me your friend. I don't want to be your friend, and Thermlord's just following me around, like, no, please, I need to be your friend. I have to try. Alright, at the very least, we might be able to do something to him. The 2448 is 1337 with every number 1. I really hope that's not actually why they called him that. I really, really hope that's not why they called him that. Oh man, that would be the lamest thing in the universe if that's why they called him that. He's Elite +1, you guys. Oh man, that's why he's so hard. FromSoft suddenly making memes. Ah, jeez. Ah, jeez. There we go. Now we just have to wait for that guy to land. Oh, I can't help but notice Islode actually uses a spear now. Just get out of here with all your talking. Banjo's the lamest thing ever. I don't know about that. You managed to beat him in the AI arena. I mean, he's kind of lame, but it depends. Like, that version of him is super lame just because of his setup. The version in the desert is actually surprisingly not bad. Let's go ahead and add this guy to party. Select a unit to dismiss. Gee, I wonder, Mr. Mini Taurus. Though I see that bow fire ability in there, and it makes me think he's just gonna, like, Pull out a broadsider or something. Maluda can use Spear and Vanilla. Just don't want to because of Divine Swords. Didn't know that. But I guess technically everyone can use spears. Just a matter of whether they have the skill or not. Oh crap. Ah crap, someone went down the wrong hole there. Dang coffee tried to kill me. Okay. Now then. What Geomancer stuff have you learned? Can you max this out yet? Yes, you can actually almost can. There we go. Attack up, I won't ever use any ground. Or move on lava, sure. Actually, Counter Flood seems awesome. Let's see, is this the one in the dingy basement that's the next fight? I hope it isn't. Better save it real quick. See if there's any abilities for you to learn. Yeah, Chakra for sure. Stigma for maybe. Yeah, alright. Thermidor, what kind of stuff can you do? Thermidor. Almost everything. Yeah. Aside from short charge, yeah. You learn just about everything else. Might end up even going short charge on him to make him a little bit more effective. But okay, what am I still missing on him? For Time Mage, he needs 2 more. And I think that'll allow him to use Sage. Actually, no, he needs 1 Priest. Yeah, I think at that point he'll be able to use Sage. CT save, in case I ever plan to use that on him. What we can do... Can do before. Zoom and regen, that seems very useful. Okay. Save it, and move on here. I'm probably gonna have to call it pretty soon after this here. Just want to see what's in this fight. No, wait, this is... I believe this might be on the way out. This is the one with a friggin' Weegraph, if I recall correctly. Or there might be one more and then Weegraph. Underground book storage, it's Weegraph. Let's see, she's the one character you want to use Equip Change on. Also, funnily enough... Yeah, despite the fact that this is apparently lower than we were before, this just happens to be the exact same place that we entered from. It's just missing a door on the bottom. But whatever. I guess I just wanted to reuse the map. Fair enough. Actually, it's a little bit funny to me. Of all the times that they could have reused maps over in TO, it seemed like an odd duck to me that they have so many cool and unique maps, but all the coolest ones you only ever see once. Like, for at least story reasons. You can usually go back to almost all of them, but... Like, for example, a lot of the temple maps have really, really cool layouts and unique setups and everything else, and some of them have, like, unique things where you're fighting against, you know, you're fighting along a really long bridge or something. They can potentially crit using gunners, you know, forcing units to take injuries and that kind of thing. But yeah, I don't know. It always seemed really weird to me that they didn't reuse more of those maps. Because the one time that they do, they end up reusing the dullest possible ones. I guess that's what kind of bugs me about it, because, like I said, they have all these cool setups, but then the one that they end up bringing over to their MMO, the one that they end up reusing ad nauseum throughout the series, the one that they end up basing 2 entire DLCs around, is the fact Actually, no, apparently somebody told me that all the coded chapters were sold separately, so that'd be 3 DLCs that they potentially had completely based around this. But it was just the one, like, ultra boring, generic, big evil dungeon. Like, of all the things you could have used that for, why is that the one to go for, you know? Ooh, it's hitting as hard as I do. The hell are you using? He's got the Lightbringer! Actually, we already have one. Go ahead and chakra up this man right home. There you go, give him a little bit of healing. Would use more, but I don't think it'll be necessary. Summon. Feels like, yeah, we're just gonna be able to get this off right away. He's got light, so Cyclops presumably should hit him extra hard. Hang on, does Cyclops count as able? Magic of Faith. Okay, it actually just tells you what it scales off. That's what that is. Which, that's... Darkness Element. Okay. Won't tell me what I do to Mr. Dude Guy. Whatever. You go over here. You probably use Meteor. This should be over before it's even started. You also scatter. Then the last finishing blow here should be for Mr. Rad to jump up and just bonk this guy in the head a bit. There we go. Checkmate. Checkmate! Oh, you know what? Another funny note, by the way, on crossbow builds. Speaking of being able to use crossbows. So, that... You remember I was showing off the Japanese version of TO? So the funny part is, there were a couple units that you ended up getting throughout the game whose builds were just so wildly impractical that it's a wonder what the hell they were doing there. Now, one of them in particular is a guy named Moose. You may recognize him as the guy, who became the awesome Birdman in One Vision. But the weird part is, his setup was a knight with one-handed swords and crossbows. Now, one-handed crossbows were so weak that they are... Like, there's one that's useful through any period. There's only one that's ever useful. Let me put it that way. Plonk, and you're dead. We're done here. Oh, not really? He barely survived? Fair enough. Whatever. He's like, man, I'm gonna get my revenge. Walks out, gets friggin' nuked. Gets hit by a meteor, gets hit by, like, Satan runs up and punches him. Gets shot by a spear in the face, takes an axe to the neck. I like to think right now it's like the end of Infinity War, where it's just like he's just taken the giant axe to the shoulder. Oh man, should have aimed for the head. And then he just winds up. Oh, if this hits, it's absolutely gonna be bad. Nope, it missed. Never mind. Thanos, you are not. Okay. Bit of a bummer, but I think Rad should probably be able to finish him off. Go on. Any darn ways. So yeah, that build came in with a sword and crossbow there. The only possible reason for somebody to do that, I should point out that they have these things, they have no training in them whatsoever. Meaning that they can't even use the most basic versions of the abilities for them. So yeah, functionally worthless. In pretty much every possible way, they come around mid-game, their stats are awful, there's no reason anybody would ever use this guy. He has a cool backstory, but that's about it. So it turns out that, yeah, in the original version that I was showing off there, it turns out that, yeah, sure enough, his build kind of made sense. Because in that one, because of the difference in how damage worked, that essentially made him into a proper hybrid. There we go, get elementaled! I'm just gonna go mind punch you using the earth. Well, that was a difficult fight. Alright, who's ready for a Zodiac boss? Well, we're not, because he's apparently gonna go do that, transform into the thing, transform back, and then disappear for a while. So, whatever. You know, they never do explain what the actual mechanics are for them to transform back to normal. Some of them just seem permanently stuck in that condition as far as I'm aware. Oh yeah, but anyway, so that other version that I was talking about. So by that point, it would actually make sense, because if they trained up a little bit, they would actually be able to use their abilities, because then they would be able to use a crossbow and sword at the same time. But in the version we got, it wouldn't work. It wouldn't work at all. As in, there's like literally less than zero reason to use it. Because A, it's too heavy. The thing's just too heavy for them to use. And on top of the fact that they will only ever do one with that crossbow. The only possible use is for them to use its ability, which, again, takes a very long time for them to get, considering they are both very slow and have no real stats to support it, which would just give them an AoE ability, which they could acquire through so many other ways. Anyway, really weird choice. Also, one of the few times that you get to see blood textures applied as the cutscene goes on. Actually, I believe they're always there. I think he just actually crawls over it for a little bit there. Stop! Don't open that door! There's a weird bull demon on the other side. Like, well, time to go back inside, screw all kinds of this. We just bought one of these things, and I totally have a sword now. Actually, they love to do this in TO as well, where the main character will be like, yep, I totally got a sword now in a few cutscenes, despite the fact that odds are they wouldn't be using one. Oh well. Fair enough, fair enough. Actually, I think the funniest one, so TO's version of that, right around the end of Chapter 3 there, they're going off and they're rescuing a guy. And he takes the worst sword in the entire game, and essentially one-shots the most sturdy class in the entire game off screen. As in, he's just there with his friggin' short sword thing, one-shots a knight. No, he didn't. Why are you lying to me? No, he didn't! But anyway, so that's all the time that I have for today. So thank you folks for showing up. Yeah. Fun stuff. Fun stuff. So we're gonna be pretty much wherever the hell we go next. I actually forget where we go next. I think we go, I want to say here-ish? Like in Garland or something? I don't remember, but... Or no, we go to Egg Rose, I think. Egg Rose next, right? I don't freaking remember, but point is, see you there next time. So, should be almost to Chapter 4 here. So you have yourself a good day. Take care.